This is the best home electrical wiring diagram app, and it is free in your browser right now. No download, no app store, no sign up to start. On screen is a real house wiring diagram, the consumer unit, the lighting circuit, the socket ring, being planned live in a plain browser tab. If you want to sketch your home wiring before you touch a wall, this is the tool. Phone or laptop, it just opens. Let me show you the whole thing. First, why a wiring diagram app for the house at all? Home wiring is not one big circuit. It is many small ones, and a diagram is how you keep them straight. Where the consumer unit sits, which breaker feeds the lights, which one feeds the sockets, where the cooker, the shower, and the water heater get their own dedicated runs. Draw it first, and you catch the mistakes on screen, not in the wall. You plan the cable routes, count your points, and hand a clear picture to whoever does the work. That is the whole job of a home electrical wiring diagram, a plan you can read before anything is live. Now, what this actually is, and I will be straight with you about it. It is a web app. It runs in an ordinary browser tab, the one on screen now. Nothing to install, no store, no license. That is the honest version. It is not a phone app you download. It is a website that behaves like an app, and it works the same on a laptop or a phone. And one more honest line up front. This is a drawing and learning tool. It helps you plan and understand home wiring. It is not a substitute for a licensed electrician, and it does not sign off on code. For any real work, always follow your local electrical code and use a qualified electrician. Plan here, build safe out there. With that said, here it is. Free at CircuitDiagramMaker.app/try. It opens straight into the editor. No account, no card. Let me plan a piece of home wiring with you, start to finish, in this tab. This is the editor, live in the browser. Down the left is the symbol library, and it is electrical from the first click. The free pack is exactly what home wiring needs. An outlet, a single pole switch, a three-way switch, a light fixture, a circuit breaker, a GFCI outlet, a junction box, a ground, a dimmer, smoke and CO detectors, a thermostat. Real residential wiring symbols, not generic boxes. To place one, click the symbol, then click the canvas, and it snaps to the grid. A breaker for the board, a switch, a light fixture, a ground for the earth. That is the start of any home circuit. A few taps, no install, no login. And you do not have to start from a blank page. Here is a real, finished house wiring diagram, open straight in the browser. A main breaker feeding 3 circuits, out to the kitchen outlets, the lighting, and the general power, with an earth bus tying it all together. The whole distribution board on one sheet. Look at the wires. They route pin to pin with clean right angles. And here is the part that saves real time. Drag a component, and every wire connected to it follows. Move the consumer unit, rearrange the circuits, and the diagram stays tidy. Nothing to re-straighten by hand. The connections are live, so the layout is yours to reshape. Now, the part a plain drawing app cannot do. This one can simulate the circuit you draw. There is a real spice engine built into the page. Open Simulate, pick DC operating point, and run it. Live node voltages and branch currents appear right on the diagram. Real volts on the live side. The return near 0, real milliamps in the branches. Actual numbers, computed from the wiring you drew. If a connection is wrong, the numbers say so before you ever touch a real wire. A 0 where you expected volts is the fastest fault report there is. No meter, no smoke, no guessing. It is a planning check, not a code sign-off. But for catching a silly mistake early, it is hard to beat. When the plan is done, it has to leave the screen. PNG export is free, so you can drop the image into a document or a message straight away. On the free plan, it carries a small watermark. The vector formats, SVG, PDF, and DXF for CD, sit on the paid plan. That is the honest business model, and I would rather tell you than have you find out. You can also share a live link, so someone else opens the exact same diagram in their own browser. No install on their end either. For planning a home wiring job, you can print and pin next to the board. The free PNG is all you actually need. And there is a whole library behind this. Thousands of real wiring diagrams, house layouts, consumer units, lighting circuits, socket rings, dedicated cooker, and shower runs. Open any of them, hit Edit, and reshape it into your own home. 10 minutes tracing a real house diagram teaches you more than an hour of reading. So this is genuinely a home electrical wiring diagram app. Residential symbols, real house diagrams, live checks, free to start. It just happens to live in a browser instead of store. So that is the best free home electrical wiring diagram app, start to finish. Open the editor, drop in a breaker and a switch, load a real house diagram, and hit simulate. Plan the whole house on screen before a single wire is live. And when it is time to build, follow your local code and use a qualified electrician. This tool plans it. They make it safe. It is at CircuitDiagramMaker.app. No install, no card. The link is in the description. Subscribe for a new wiring video every week, and I will see you in the next one.